Serious. And these are my non-Resident Evil GameCube games that I have left. Now I had some more. I borrowed at least one game to a friend of mine that I never got back, and that was the Simpsons Hit and Run, I think, which was sort of, if I remember correctly, a kind of Grand Theft Auto based game, very similar to the Grand Theft Auto. I love that game. I think of all the Simpsons games I played, that's the best one. It really, it had a lot of references to the series while it was still good and stuff. So unlike the Simpsons game that I talked about earlier on the Wii, that game was good and not annoyingly meta and stupid like I felt the Simpsons game were. But okay, enough of games that I don't have anymore, and let's focus on the few games I have left. True Crime Streets of LA. Is a series of games, actually, very similar to Grand Theft Auto, except that you are playing as a good guy, a cop. It shows a lot of the GameCube restrictions, to be honest with you. It's not that good. It's not that good. Haven't finished it even. To my understanding, True Crime was supposed to have a sequel that turned into the game called something about a dog. Sleeping Dog, yes. I got it for free on Xbox, tried a little bit. Yeah, it's the same as True Crime Streets of LA, except it's placed in Tokyo or whatever, and it's good. And I'm not saying this one is bad, it's just that I didn't enjoy it that much. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, it just means that I didn't enjoy it. This one is a classic. Yes, it is. I think most survival horror fans enjoyed this game as much as I did. I haven't finished this one either, believe it or not. Although I loved it, I got stuck on what I think is the last battle. I'm not sure, and I tried to watch walkthroughs of it to try to understand what the hell I'm doing wrong. But I'm stuck. What I think is the last battle. But the game itself, I think, is brilliant. Especially the use of let's call it tools or tricks to make. You have an insanity meter or madness meter in this game, and when you get more and more insane from meeting these horror creatures, the game starts to play with you in other ways than just in-game. In-game, it's sort of like things get more distorted and blood starts flowing from the walls and stuff. But also funny things like volume adjustment for no reason. So suddenly the TV starts adjusting the sound, and also, which I think is funny, is that I tried to save once and then I got an error and it's deleting all your save files. That was hilarious. Or actually I got really scared for a moment that I lost all my save files. And that's funny things that I really wish. I heard there will be sequels to this game, and I will most definitely buy them if so, cause I think it's funny as... It was scary and funny at times, but the last boss fight I got stuck on, so I do plan on finishing it. I just really I'm stuck, that's the point, so I don't know when I will ever do that. But a great game nonetheless. Mario Kart. Mario Kart Double Dash. I really enjoyed this one too. It has co-op possibilities, which makes it fun. Yes. If you played Mario Kart, it's basically Mario Kart, except with those plasticky versions of Mario and Luigi and stuff. But it works. I enjoy. Zelda the WindWaker. Yes. Didn't finish that one either, but a friend of mine finished the last boss. So I have seen the ending, but again I got stuck on the last boss, so I can't say that I finished the game. The graphics are a bit different than many other Zelda games. It's more manga-ish, if you like. So I think I would have enjoyed the next one. There are 2 Zelda games for GameCube, but I didn't buy the second one. But the graphics on that one was more real, and I think I would have enjoyed that more than this manga, cartoony, childlike thing. Also, I didn't enjoy the sailing. There's a lot of sailing going on in this game. You sail on the ocean for long periods of time. And yeah, but I finished the game up until the last boss, and then some person finished that one. Oh yeah, and I should mention that Zelda is a series I have enjoyed, but like many other things that has a long-running story, it gets more and more complicated, and I prefer simplistic stories. I'm not saying that I'm dumb or anything like that, although you're probably thinking I am, but it's sort of like the more complicated a story gets, the more stupid it also gets. That's what I often think. It's sort of like the original Zelda story was Zelda, the princess, was kidnapped, and Link, the hero, needs to save her. Simple as that, villain being Ganon. In this game, Ganon is a shadow Ganon or something like that, and I can't follow it. It's sort of like, I played the original Zelda, I played Zelda 2 or Link Zelda 2, and then I played Zelda A Link to the Past. These are the games that I know of, and then I haven't played any of the 64 versions games, and now this game, and I don't understand it. So the gap, and it's really, and I watched a YouTube video about it, sort of explaining how the story goes, and Shadow Ganon when he is there, and what this happened, and it's really complicated, and then you have alternate storylines and stuff like that, and yeah, I don't understand it. It doesn't appeal to me at all. Yes. Now, if you noticed, I stopped rating the games. It's really stupid to rate games anyway. I'm just giving my opinion about the games. If you want a rating, I can give you a 3 out of 6, because the most games I can stand, I can accept. But it doesn't mean I love them, constantly need to replay them, the replay value is not as good. And this is one of those games that it was okay. It was okay. Same with True Crime, 3 of 6, and Mario Dash gets 4 out of 6, and Eternal Darkness gets 4 out of 6 or 5 out of 6. I haven't really thought it out that much. Killer 7. Now, I mentioned this game in passing, although I didn't mention the title of it, in my some of my previous let's review my game collection, or whatever I call this series, and it's called Killer 7, and it came out in 2005, and it's written and directed by Goija Zuda. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but who cares? But it's also known as Suda51. Yes, that's the auteur that I called him. I have 3 games in my collection from him, and this game was the first one I bought. And this one I love. Let's give it 6 out of 6. It's great. I really enjoyed it. Although I have just played it once, so or once and I replayed some stage and stuff, but I haven't played more than once. The impression it made to me was great. This was really an adult game with adult plotline and intelligent twists and turns. But what perhaps made me the most gave the most impression to me is that it has a lot of references to a band that I love, and the band is the Smiths. And there's a lot of references to that band in this game, which I really enjoyed. And when I discovered it, that incident, I remember it clearly. So like, you get these letters from pigeons, and then all of them are named after a song by the Smiths. And I didn't notice that at first, but it's sort of like, oh, and then, I think it was like the 3rd pigeon letter, where there's a rubber ring, or a ruffle. I can't remember which one it was, but, and I started going back to the other pigeon messages, and saw that they were named the same way. And I just loved that so much that I got goosebumps. That was like, ooh! And this game made such a good impression on me that I bought the 2 other games. Unfortunately for me, this game, although has sense of humor, it's not very serious, it still has a lot of darkness to it. And I think the other games that I mentioned, No More Heroes and something about Shadow of the Damned. Yeah, Shadow of the Damned. Both of these games are have too much sense of humor in them, so I didn't enjoy it that much as I did with the first one. Yes, so but this one made me respect the auteur Suda51, and yeah, although he hasn't like made a lot of great games afterwards, if you ask me, this game should be enough. I recommend it 6 out of 6. Yes, well, next time we'll look at my PC games. Won't that be fun? Yes, because I do actually play PC games too. Although not that much.